Okay. So I saw your TikTok on nuclear reactors, and you were, expressing how you don't know how the part of getting the rocks, magic rocks, hot, making the rocks spicy, how that works. Well, I bet you understand the small concept of how nuclear bomb works. You take a mass of nuclear material and you put explosives around it and you explode it and you make that basketball size or golf ball, or not golf ball, baseball size, and you squish it down smaller, putting that what was a non-critical amount of plutonium into a smaller space to make it critical. Kind of the same thing. You want to get as much nuclear material into a location as you can. So here's people playground, little sandbox. So piece of plutonium right now, it's room temperature, not really doing anything, still kind of warm, but it's not going like it's not boiling water or anything. But if you get enough of it into a location, you have enough neutrons flying off of this that you start having chain reactions. Neutron flies off of here and it's going to hit another plutonium atom and split that one and spin more off, and that's how you get it to start heating up. Is you get enough of it into a location. But nuclear material is also kind of expensive. So how do you do that in a cost-effective way, and also, by having it as less of the spicy rocks in your reactor as possible? Well, you use stuff that slows down the neutrons and makes it more likely to get a fission. Um, Graphite is one. Graphite is one of the main ones that they use, in that will cause the neutrons to slow down and more likely to hit something that you want it to hit. And on the opposite end of things, if you want to slow it down, you use boron. Boron is what you want to use to shut it down. And a little funny quote of, or a little tidbit of information. So the reason Chernobyl went kablooey is their control rods, what they shoved down into their reactor, were about like that. They were boron, but they had graphite tips on them. And so when they went to shove the control rods down, when the reactor was getting all spicy, you still had to shove in that graphite tip, and that caused the power to surge while they were trying to slow it down. And that surge right there is what was enough to make it go. So anyway, so basically in its simplest form, now I broke this earlier, so it's probably going to act wonky, but basically you have a boily amount of nuclear material in a location, and then you do something that affects its neutron output. So you start getting fissions and you start getting temperature. Uh-oh. See, I told you I broke it. There you go. Anyway, so you want to do this in kind of a stable equilibrium. You want it to get hot enough to boil the water, but you don't want it to go into a chain reaction where it's a runaway, and you end up like Chernobyl. But basically, once you get the water boiling, you send that to your boiler, which sends that to a turbine, and that's how you make your power. And it's really that simple. It's just you get enough of that spicy rock into a location, it starts making the rocks even spicier. And either you control it, or you slow it down, or you find an equilibrium. But anyway, yeah, simplest show and tell, pictures, pretty colors. Yeah, hopefully this helps.